In the vast theater of ancient Rome, where empires rose in the dust and fell in the shadows of ambition, there stands a singular figure whose legacy radiates far beyond the marble pillars of his time. Marcus Aurelius, remembered not merely as a ruler but as a thinker, a seeker, and a guardian of virtue, remains one of history's rare embodiments of wisdom fused with power. His story begins not with the clang of swords or the roar of conquest, but with the quiet turning of pages, the contemplation of truth, and the shaping of a mind destined to influence both an empire and the centuries that followed. His life, a tapestry woven of discipline, compassion, struggle, and reflection, remains an enduring testament to the possibility of leading with integrity even when burdened with the weight of the world. To understand Marcus Aurelius is to journey into the heart of Stoicism, not as a distant philosophy but as a lived, breathing practice forged in the relentless fires of responsibility. From the halls of imperial study to the battlefields along Rome's borders, Marcus carried with him a commitment not to power but to purpose, not to glory but to goodness. And so, as we trace the rise of this philosopher king, we uncover not merely a biography but a roadmap for our own lives, one that reveals how wisdom can shape destiny, and how even the mightiest ruler must first conquer himself. Marcus Aurelius was born into privilege, yet privilege did not shape him. Discipline did. From a young age, he gravitated toward simplicity, preferring the philosopher's cloak to the aristocrat's robes. Tutors noted his seriousness, his restraint, and his thirst for reason. He was not enthralled by the decadence of Rome but by the clarity of thought that Stoicism offered, a philosophy rooted in self-governance, moral courage, and emotional resilience. When Emperor Hadrian recognized Marcus's potential and initiated the path that would one day place him on the throne, the young scholar did not bask in the honor. Instead, he viewed it with solemnity. Leadership, he believed, was not a reward but a calling, an immense responsibility demanding inner strength and unwavering virtue. It was this sense of duty that propelled him forward through every stage of his ascent. Marcus's motivation was never fame, conquest, or legacy. His writings reveal a man constantly reminding himself to remain humble, to stay grounded, and to resist the intoxicating nature of power. "Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years, he wrote to himself. "While you live, while it is in your power, be good." This belief shaped every decision he made, every decree he issued, every battle he commanded. The empire needed a ruler. He strove to be a servant. His journey was also marked by loss, hardship, and relentless trials. Plagues ravaged his people. Rebellions threatened the borders. His personal life was marked by grief, including the death of many of his children. Yet, through it all, Marcus found motivation not in denying suffering but in transcending it. He believed adversity was not an obstacle but a teacher, one that shaped character and revealed strength. Thus, the rise of Marcus Aurelius was not a tale of ambition fulfilled but of virtue tested and refined. It was the making of a man who understood that true power is measured not by domination of others, but by mastery of the self. The teachings Marcus Aurelius left behind, captured in his private reflections, later known as Meditations, offer guidance that transcends time. His advice, shaped by the turbulence of empire and the fragility of human life, stands as a beacon for anyone seeking resilience in the chaos of the modern world. First, he reminds us that our minds are sovereign. The world may batter us with challenges, uncertainties, and injustices, but our inner response remains ours alone to govern. "You have power over your mind," he wrote, "not outside events." This simple truth is a cornerstone of Stoic wisdom. Freedom is found not in controlling circumstances, but in controlling ourselves. Second, he emphasizes the fleeting nature of existence. Power fades, youth withers, fortune shifts, and fame disappears. Marcus urges us to embrace impermanence not with fear, but with gratitude, to live each moment fully, aware that life is a loan, not a possession. By confronting mortality, we learn to cherish what truly matters. Third, he teaches the importance of acting with justice, regardless of how others behave. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy, he insisted. In a world rife with conflict and pettiness, this guidance calls us to rise above bitterness and retaliatory impulses. Virtue, not vengeance, is the measure of greatness. Fourth, he advocates for emotional discipline, not suppression but mastery. Emotions are natural, but they must not rule us. By observing our feelings without being controlled by them, we cultivate clarity. Marcus believed that tranquility arises not from the absence of emotion, but from the ability to guide it. Fifth, he highlights the power of compassion and cooperation. Though an emperor, he never viewed himself above others. He saw humanity as a community bound by shared nature and purpose. His leadership was rooted not in dominance but in service, reminding us that strength and kindness are not opposing forces but complementary ones. Finally, he speaks of perseverance. Life's burdens may be heavy, but we are stronger than we imagine. Marcus wrote while leading armies in bitter winter campaigns, facing exhaustion, disease, and betrayal. Yet his words radiate calm determination: endure, adapt, and continue. For duty, for virtue, for the sake of becoming who we are meant to be. The value of Marcus Aurelius's philosophy lies not in ancient scrolls but in its practical relevance to our modern lives. His teachings can be applied by anyone: leaders, workers, students, parents, or anyone striving for balance and clarity in a noisy world. Begin with daily reflection. Just as Marcus wrote his meditations to guide himself, we too can cultivate a practice of examining our actions, thoughts, and intentions. Spend time each evening asking, what did I learn? Where did I falter? How can I improve tomorrow? This simple ritual builds consistency and strengthens intuition. Next, focus on the dichotomy of control. When overwhelmed, separate what is in your power from what is not. Then devote energy only to what you can influence. This approach cuts through anxiety and sharpens decision-making, allowing you to navigate challenges with a steady mind. Practice mindful discipline. Cultivate habits that align with your values, whether it's waking early, exercising regularly, limiting distractions, or pursuing meaningful work. Discipline is the cornerstone of transformation. Without it, even the wisest intentions remain unfulfilled. Embrace adversity as an opportunity to grow. When life presents difficulties, ask yourself, what can this teach me? How can this shape me into a stronger, wiser person? This mindset, drawn from Marcus's unwavering resilience, empowers us to turn obstacles into stepping stones, cultivate compassion and emotional patience. Whether dealing with difficult individuals or navigating conflict, remind yourself, as Marcus did, that everyone acts according to their understanding. Respond not with frustration but with clarity and firmness. Compassion is not leniency. It is strength rooted in perspective. Simplify your life. Devote time and energy only to what aligns with your purpose. Let go of unnecessary noise, fears, comparisons, resentments. Marcus believed that a simple life is a free one, and in simplicity we often rediscover what is essential. Finally, live with purpose. Do not postpone the pursuit of meaning. Marcus urged himself daily to act with intention, to avoid wasting precious time, and to embody the virtues he held dear. By doing the same, we create lives of integrity and direction, grounded not in external success but internal strength. As we conclude the story of Marcus Aurelius, we return to the quiet figure writing in the dim glow of a soldier's tent, an emperor surrounded by war, yet seeking peace within himself. His words were never meant for an audience, yet they continued to shape the hearts of millions. His wisdom was born not of luxury but of burden, not of triumph but of endurance. The rise of this philosopher king teaches us that greatness is not found in dominion over others, but in dominion over the self. That virtue is a compass in every storm. That wisdom is a lifelong practice. And that leadership, whether of a nation or of one's own life, requires courage, humility, and unwavering commitment to what is right. Marcus Aurelius remains one of history's brightest exemplars of the truth that power need not corrupt, that wisdom can guide action, and that even in the darkest moments, a disciplined mind can generate light. His journey invites us to reflect, to rise, and to walk our own paths with dignity. For though we may never rule an empire, each of us is the ruler of our own soul. And in that realm, we too can strive to become philosopher kings.